Alright, hello my fellow time patrollers, my name is Tomas Mathis, and I'm back again with another video. So, obviously I go to have to show you guys here is what I know. I talk about a lot of things. I talk about still types of players, and I talked about some people players, but some videos I am planning on making is about why people use those real life insults to basically use this as insults, mention out of people's family members as insults, created to like suggested a matter, and obviously that's not going to be challenging enough. So, anyways, today I'm showing you how or type of players and what they play as. And yes, this video is going to be going over the characters that you're going to see on your screen right now, and tell me what are my opinions of these type of players. Start out, we have
Fuck off.
DBS
Get
Broly,
away from me.
known as the full power Broly, and I'm going to pick Broly for right here, for example, because some players excuse me, because some players are used to play Broly differently.
Fight me.
Because here's an example. So yeah, so like I said, what's your size comparison? Because this bully looks so much taller than he was, but not comparisons. Here is what I'm going to have to show you guys here. As of me right now, I learned how to play Broly correctly now. I'm just going to play it as a test for you guys. I'm going to mute my mic and basically show you how I play ESM. So here is me playing Broly now. So yeah, this is how I play Broly now. Because, but there's one player that why I don't use this character less. Because apparently some players has a habit doing this. So yeah, they there's some players that they don't do this. They just do this and basically just grab their opponents. Now that's the real reason why I sometimes stop using this character and use this character for now is because yes, I still use this character in many matches, but the problem here is they don't play it correctly. Like when I do this, I'm the only player that plays Bully correctly now because I have been my playstyle has changed a little bit over the years because I have been not my playstyle used to be kind of trash, but when I actually change it up, this is how I play Broly here right now because like I said, I do originally do some other combos because players like this because I really do think that this character should be players should play Broly normally now because like I said, I'm the only player that plays Broly normally when I fight against players because apparently I'm not so gonna say that he is the overpowered characters out there because of his buff status and his big attacks right here. But the only pet peeve I have out is people doing this by grabbing, especially players who are very salty and did not know how to play it correctly. They only do like this. Yeah, I'm showing you guys right here. They do this basically more often because that's the old way. If you if you want to say, hey, I can beat you with Broly, I can basically beat you with Broly, and I'll basically you to tell to club your ass. But do you really expect yourself to do this? Overall, I use this Broly for now because, like I said, this character right here is way stronger than his full power Super Saiyan counterpart. Because looking at him, he's basically one of the characters I basically always pick in 1v1 matches. Because not only he's very stronger enough since he was released back in 2025, It was simply it's the only character I pick as now, or rather than picking the full power Super Saiyan Broly. But that's not the only character I'm talking about. Next up in the overpower characters, Bardock. Because yeah, Bardock, in my opinion, may be the best character to use in 1v1 matches. But there are some other things I had some major about it. But like I said, there's something else to say about Bardock because, like I said, he's the best character to use in 1v1 matches. And basically, that's just why I basically want to put him on this list. Because like you see the combo I'm doing like here right now, he has the Saturday Crush, which I could say that's very accurate to Bardock players out there. Because apparently, this is actually one of the characters I don't use sometimes less. Because apparently, the only characters I always use, which I'm going to show you, explain here in a minute, and basically, it's just going to be like apparently good. But yeah, but this combo right here, and they do Saturday Clutch. Yeah, I know that Saturday Clutch is one of the best skills to have on Bardock. Well, hold on, let me just put on CPU recovery off right here, because any of the Saturday Clutch I do it with another combo makes it kind of goated. But I do have problems how players used to be playing with him. But the one thing I will show you guys here is the Super Soul that they require of this character. Let me go here, because like I said, this video is not gonna be only gonna be me explaining on the characters and the skills. I go show you guys right here. What am I going to show you guys here is to not only go out to the characters that every single player's picks. I'm showing you okay, I'm changing my Super Soul right here, and I think it might be let's see here. Let me just turn my mic I off for a second to see as I can find it. Okay, there it is, right here. Now, what I'm going to probably show you guys about what I mean. So yeah, I could just use Bardock for example, but I might go. What I'm about to do right now is using my character and put that Super Soul on here to show you why I have some major criticism about this skill. Because I mean about this Super Soul. Now, if you look over here, as I turn off my our normal over here, watch. Players use this to regenerate their health. Like seriously, when I hear this player right here, it basically they keep healing their health. That's why basically why players were at level 180, they always use this Super Soul just to regain one of their health. Especially on their other characters. No matter how when you hit those characters with their exclusive amount of combos, they literally can regenerate their health by using this Super Soul. I know it kind of stops at the end because because it only locks on. It only activates when you lock on. But there's another player that makes my blood boil about this one. Because if they do the extreme, they use their health to be maximizing their count. Like a capsule being turned on. It's like a capsule merged with a Super Soul right here. Now I gotta say why I hate this skill so much, this Super Soul so much, because it's very much exploiting and basically only to have their health. Because like I said, this Super Soul is nothing more than basically a strategy for all players out there who wants to like, oh, okay, I think I could go ahead and use this Super Soul, but unfortunately, it's not. But that's not the only Super Soul I'm basically gonna That is right there. But like I said, I am talking about some characters and basically some Super Souls that I like or hate. But anyways, let me go ahead and go on to the next Super Soul right here. The next Super Soul is basically, I think it might be thank you Dragon Balls. Now, for example, I will about to show you guys some examples. This is going to be including and basically I will actually show you guys about why this Super Soul is good and bad at the same time. Because like I said, I do like how the Super Souls heal some of your health if you're low down on health. And it could be a cool skill to basically to use. But what I'm basically saying here is, but watch. If my health goes down, and when I activate an ultimate attack, my health and key and stamina both get it recovered. Same thing because this skill is not exclusively for attacks. It's exclusively for Goku, Gogeta, Vegito. I think they're the like only three characters that we use it, especially the other variants. But why basically there's a bad thing about this, but I like this. So let me just put danger mode, and basically and basically you wait for I'm waiting for the opponent's out to recover. But right, when an opponent's health, let me just put on an ultimate attack right here, and to, when an enemy's health is go down, they use that just so they can get another set of health, and and regenerate their stamina. That's really it's the other real reason why it's a bad thing to use in PvP matches because it's not only it's cheating, but the only reason why I don't use that Super Soul, but I do use the Super Soul a lot if I want to get my health. But if my health goes completely down, I only regenerate a little bit, not that much, because like I said, it is a good Super Soul, but it can be very bad to use in 1v1 matches, basically for reasons. So if you want to use the Super Soul, the only reason that the Super Soul can be helpful is basically parallel quests. That's what I'm talking about. But let's move on. Now enough about the Super Souls for a while, and let's go on to another characters that are good or bad. I always talked about Profile Super Saiyan Broly. I always talk about his other variant. I always talked about Bardock, and basically let's go on to the worst characters section.
Of
The
course,
worst
because
characters
I am
I'm gonna
supremely.
I'm about to do is basically Hercule and Jacko. Now, like I said, Hercule and Jacko are cool characters to look at, despite of them basically are the only characters that some flies with Hercule right here. He has a jetpack that he can fly on, and Jacko uses his boots and basically to fly. But the only one major thing about this, let's start off with Hercule. So so yeah, if I do this, yeah, he doesn't even have learn how to vanish. And basically, he is a joke character, but he doesn't even have a ultimate. But the worst ultimate attack right here is the Savior has come. And it's a very awful skill, because in my opinion. But I do like when he has Vertical Punch and basically Dynamite Kick. And basically a present for you, which is basically doesn't do anything but heals your opponent's health. But the festival version is way better than the original version. But here's another thing about this: when Hercule does this, where he does a heavy attack, he gets tired quick. But if I do it with a light attack, it makes it, if I click stuff right here, he also gets tired. But there's one player that they basically use. His block animation is not the only thing that I dislike about. But the other animation is how they can abuse it, like this. So yeah, I could do this all day if I like to. But unfortunately, this is what makes I hate my players use this character. Because not only he's a joke character, like I said before, but I sure know that you can do infinite combos. But there's actually that's the best thing about it. No, listen, I do not like how people use a combo. But I like how you can do ultimate attacks if you want to do another punch right there because you do extra damage. But if people do like this, that's getting very simple. What I play Hercules doing this. Now I know you could tell me that I am complaining about Hercule, but let's talk about Jacko. Now, unlike him, he can also teleport as well. But Hercule, on the other hand, he doesn't teleport. And oh, I forgot to mention, their Ki Blasts. They are the only two characters that don't have Ki Blasts. They always roll locks. But yeah, the lock. I actually did a grab right there. So apologies, but. But yeah, there's other reason about this gate over here, and this I sure when you do a key stun, you can able to cancel after right here. But when you do it with a key stun with this rock, it makes it very tough because the combo can basically only set to 4 hits. Now I have to say that these two characters are the only worst characters out there, but I think I will probably put our stuff right here because, like I said. This is obviously the worst of obviously. I talk about two best characters, Bardock and Goat, Bardock and Broly, and the worst characters, Hercule and Jacko. And the two super people that I actually want to say the most is Stinky Dragon Balls. Yes, I have to say that it is the best Super Soul out there, but how people use that when it just to cheat makes me never look at the same again. But something bad about the Happen Super Soul is basically it's not. Now, like I said, guys, if I want to make a part 2 on this, let me. I can't actually make a decision right now because, yeah, I possibly have, like I said, I also made an announcement about talking about, I also made my decision if about the Shadowbane videos. I should keep posting because, as no matter how I could get the algorithm to work, is to just keep posting videos. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know, you guys, if you want a part 2, and I'll see you guys next time. As always, this is me signing off. Farewell, my fellow time patrollers.